Welcome to The Explainer, where we take on complex topics and make them simple. Today, we're diving into a big one for anyone thinking about leaving Windows behind, a head-to-head battle between two Linux giants.
You know, you're not alone. With support for Windows 10 coming to an end and the new versions demanding some pretty serious hardware, millions of people are looking for a change. And the top contender? It's Linux. But that just opens up a whole new can of worms, doesn't it?
Because where do you even start? Well, in one corner, you've got the most well-known name in the game, Ubuntu. And in the other corner, we have a challenger, Zorin OS, designed from the ground up to make Windows users feel right at home. Okay, let's dive into this face-off.
First up, let's go to the tail of the tape. This is a quick breakdown of who each of these operating systems is really for.
Now, what's really interesting here is how this table frames the core difference. Ubuntu is this powerful universal default. It's built on Debian, which is one of the oldest, most rock-solid foundations in the Linux world. Zorin, on the other hand, does something clever. It takes Ubuntu's most stable version, what they call the long-term support or LTS release, and lasers in on one thing, being a familiar, frictionless replacement for Windows.
So what's it actually like when you first turn it on? This round is all about that immediate look and feel, that out-of-the-box user experience.
Zorin OS has a really clear mission, to look and feel just like Windows. The taskbar is where you expect it to be, the start menu works exactly how you think it should. The whole goal is a zero learning curve, so you can find your way around in minutes, not hours.
And this quote from a Reddit user just nails it. It's for people who want a point-and-click experience that just works. For most day-to-day things, you'll probably never need to open up a command line. It's all about being a less intimidating experience, which is perfect if you just want to get your work done.
Now, Ubuntu, that's a different story. It uses the very popular GNOME desktop, which has this clean, modern look. It's really powerful and efficient for sure, but it is a new layout you have to learn. You've got this vertical dock on the side and a totally different way of finding your apps.
So, here's the crucial point. While Zorin is all about familiarity, Ubuntu is all about universal compatibility. I mean, if you run into a problem, I can almost guarantee someone has already written a tutorial to fix it, and they probably assumed you were using Ubuntu. That's a huge win for developers and for anyone who loves to tinker and customize their machine. All right, round two, the app arsenal. How do you actually get software on here, especially those must-have apps you used all the time on Windows? And right away, we see that key philosophical split again. Zorin basically anticipates what a Windows switcher is going to need and includes the tools right from the start. Ubuntu, on the other hand, gives you this beautiful, clean slate with access to the biggest software library in the world, but it kind of expects you to build it out yourself.
Zorin's whole approach is to solve the most common headaches immediately. So what does that mean for you? Well, right out of the box, you can often just download a Windows program, double-click the .exe file, and it'll run. It even includes support for another app format called Flatpak, giving you even more options. It's all about making that transition as painless as it can be.
Ubuntu's big focus is on something called Snap Packages. It's a universal app format that's supposed to make life easier for developers because it bundles everything an app needs to run all in one package. But it's been a little controversial with some of the longtime users.
And this comment from a user really captures that sentiment perfectly. While snaps are convenient, some power users argue they can be a bit slower to launch and they use up more disk space. This is a point where Zorin's focus on a smooth traditional experience really shines for beginners who just want things to work seamlessly.
Okay, a beautiful desktop is one thing, but how does it actually perform? Especially on those older computers that so many of us hope to bring back to life with Linux.
And wow, the data from multiple tests is pretty striking. On a fresh boot, just sitting there doing nothing, sources consistently report that Ubuntu's modern desktop uses about 2.1 gigabytes of RAM. Zorin's optimized version, just about 1 gigabyte.
That is over a gigabyte of memory saved before you even open a single application. Now, for a laptop with only 4 or maybe 8 gigs of total RAM, that is literally the difference between a smooth, responsive computer and a frustratingly sluggish one.
And Zorin's commitment to older hardware doesn't stop there. For those truly ancient machines, there is a dedicated Lite version. It uses an even more lightweight desktop environment that's designed to breathe new life into computers that would be total paperweights with modern Ubuntu or Windows.
So, after all the rounds, who's our champion? Well, the thing is, the answer isn't about which one is best, but which one is the best for you.
Let's think of this as your personal decision tree. Step 1. Are you a developer? Do you need the latest tools and live by online tutorials? Then yeah, Ubuntu is your clear winner. But are you switching from Windows and just want a familiar desktop with zero learning curve? Your champion is Zorin OS. And if you're reviving an old PC, Zorin OS Lite is the one for you.
Ultimately, it really all comes down to this great quote from a Reddit user, "Defaults matter." And that sums it up perfectly. Look, an expert could probably make Ubuntu look and act just like Zorin. But Zorin does all of that hard work for you, right from the start. It's all about which starting point saves you the most time and effort.
You know, the best part about all this is that they're both completely free to download and test drive. So the real question isn't which one is better on paper, it's which one feels right on your machine. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.